Let me check my phone because I think it's time for another part of the Eve Jean podcast. You already know it's going down. It's your girl Mona Lisa, and I'm here with my daughter, the spectacular, the goddess herself.
You hype me up. Wait,
What?
I like
That
it.
was a great drum roll.
That was a good one.
That was a good
That
drum
was a
roll,
good
Kaya.
one. You know, but like
That's what I be
I
talking
feel like you
about
gotta
the
do
podcast world, man.
But I'm saying you gotta give yourself the same hype, you know, because you really you birthed me. Like
I'm that girl.
yes.
I'm that girl. Don't hype me up.
Okay,
I'm trying
we
to stay
gotta
cool in this seat.
Yeah.
And I done folded up like you. I'm trying to be comfortable like you today.
Right. Yeah. Just get
Shoes
comfortable.
off and all that.
Y'all get comfortable,
We
get
done
your
took the shoes
snacks,
off.
get whatever you need because we just about to go. And
We
it's
taking
about
the
to
shoes
flow.
off today.
Yeah.
We about to dig.
Uh-huh.
And we probably gonna
We
say
gotta
some stuff
activate our souls.
It's gonna ruffle some feathers today.
Let's go.
All right, Eve Jean Podcast. We are back. Thank y'all so much for all the love and support. Thank y'all for going to YouTube and following us. Thank you for commenting. Y'all keep commenting. Y'all keep coming. Y'all keep coming. Hit them likes, shares, all that. Get us in the algorithm because we ain't doing nothing but speaking the truth. It's just two. God is here doing our one thing, okay? We came here for a reason, but we got to talk about some stuff. And it was some things we kind of left off on the last episode that we kind of like going into this one.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about some stuff that I don't think nobody ever talked about.
Let's do it. Like I'm ready. Let's go. Let's open the door. Matter of
Open
fact,
the
let's
door.
go down the rabbit hole.
Let's start in the beginning. Genesis.
Okay.
I just want to, not even Genesis. I don't even know if we should start, if Genesis is even the start. Because I want to know okay. I'm going to bring up this, and I know you probably is going to be a little sensitive. It's going to be a little sensitive. But the fact that they make it seem like, okay, I don't know whether to say Jesus, Yahweh, Yahshua. I don't know how everyone say it out here, whatever way you may say it. But I'm going to say Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they make it seem like he didn't have like a woman? And this is what I'm kind of brought back by this because it's like he's depicted as like a man that's just on his own on a journey by himself, and there's no woman.
Mm-hmm. Just like they say in the spiritual realm, the heavenly realm, the creator is a man, and he don't have a counterpart. He's just doing it all by himself. And when you think about the structure of how that mentality is, that programming is playing out in this society, this world, this realm that we in.
But why would it be?
It's playing out in the households. It's playing out in the churches. Yeah. It's playing out in relationships. Yeah. It's like men feel lost, alone, misunderstood, and having the whole weight of the world on them.
Yeah.
But the woman is also feeling that.
Yeah.
But she's not heard.
Yeah.
And that's the whole that's like the behind the scenes of what we uncovering with this episode, because it's like the absence of the woman, the absence of like that side,
the essence of
it.
Why did they hide us so much? Why? My thing is, when I got to digging, and you know I'm a digger.
Yeah, because you said be a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, what? Here we go.
I got the digging, and I got the looking, and I got the researching, and I got the looking back at pictures. Now, when you look at the picture for the Last Supper, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a woman on his side. This story of Mary that they never really told, not the one that birthed Jesus, but the divine feminine woman that stood next to Christ.
Yeah.
Why did they try so hard to remove her story? And I just kept asking myself that over and over and over and over and over, and I got to digging.
Because that's the only way they can invert the energy. That's the only way they can build their own structure, is by reversing the flow of what's natural, of what's organic, the fullness, the wholeness of what we embody down here, but we seem to not be able to see. We ignore it. We love each other. We need each other. We create together. And now you're being told this story that it's just one creator and it's a man.
But why remove her? She was
It-
so important.
Because it's the womb, the woman is responsible, and the holder. You remember how you told me last night? You was like, the woman is like the what is that? The box, the plug in,
The source.
the source.
The source outlet
And
Like-
then the man is
is the plug.
the plug.
The man has the plug into the source outlet. But the outlet is the electricity.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So without the outlet, you get what I'm saying?
The currents are not running. Nothing is turning
nothing
on.
is turning on. But the outlet exists with the power already. And we had this discussion last night when we was talking about that.
Yeah.
It's so important to be divine and be an outlet.
And when you tell like a woman, or like tell like just humans, basically, that this outlet it means nothing. Like it's an inverted way of running your energy. It's an inverted way of your mind, of your connection with yourself. It's like nobody's willing to admit this or look around and see like there's something wrong spiritually, mentally. Like we're not connected.
Yeah.
And that's with all of these with these years and years and hundreds of years of this religion that's been running, you would think that there would like be a connection,
Yeah.
a connectedness.
I when I found out that Mary Magdalene, she was the most trusted of the disciples. Do you know she was the first to conquer all 7 demons? So when I went and did the research, I found out that Christ, he trusted her as a pure vessel first before anybody. She was the one that received all the messages first.
Yeah.
If she was the closest thing next to him, why leave her out? Why paint her as a whore?
Because she was the one who could perceive him from within. Nobody else can perceive another. The only way you do that is through coming together. Like they took it out because it kept us. They took her story out. They took that connection out. They ripped out the pages. They did all of that to keep us out of balance from being into the fullness of who we truly are. Fully human, fully divine. And like,
why was Mary the more qualified vessel out of all the disciples? If Peter was at the top of the disciples, and why is this left out? Why was Mary the most trusted? You get what I'm saying? Why is this kept out of everything? Why is this not spoke about? I promise you the whole time I was going to church, and you know I was super religious. I didn't hear about her. I heard about Mary that gave birth, and that Mary didn't have,
but you got to think about who benefits.
We didn't know about the other woman that
Who
was right next to
benefits?
Christ. Why leave her out?
Because that's how they wanted it set up. That's just how they wanted it. They wanted to invert creation, invert the energy, run it backwards. They wanted stagnation. They wanted to control God, control the source, control. And it's just like, you remember how last night we was talking about the nuns.
Yeah.
And we was thinking about, I was telling you that before Christianity, there was temples of women, powerful women. They would come to these temples just to spend a night with these women, pay a lot of money, and they receive spiritual gifts.
Just from being around the women.
Yeah, they receive so much power.
Yeah.
So much insight on wars, or they get like fortune,
Seers.
These women who were the bridge between divinity and humanity. The the feminine energy,
Yeah.
the unknown,
Mm.
that power. And when we was talking about it, these women who, like, this is just was a regular conversation about just nuns and like how they used to come, the men used to come to the temples for the women and look at the women as very connectedly spiritual.
Yeah.
But now it's backwards because it's like you come into the men, the priests,
Yeah.
and this is the highest form.
Right.
And now they have all of these women who
In one
spot who has given up their they decided to deny their body.
And everything.
They decided to follow the priest and
dress
work under the priest
in a uniform every day,
dressed
black
in a
and
uniform, black and white, clean and scrub the temples. That they're in this box. They're feeding the programming of it. They're the ones who working on it because these are
And it's like for them, they're looking for Christ. They feel like they're living for God. This is their mission. A lot of the nuns, when they go there, they're running from something. They just really just trying to find God. And this is the only place they can go. But what's really going on in these temples with these nuns? Because, like, in my mind, where's the men? Why wouldn't you put them with a man? Like, so they're supposed to exist forever without a man? I don't know. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Don't get mad at me, y'all. But I just think that when you put a lot of divine women in one space that pray at the same time and worship at the same time, and it's almost, to me, you eat at the same time. You have to go to sleep at the same time. You can't come out your room. You can't go anywhere. To me, that sounds like prison.
When you pay attention to it, everything is a ritual.
What the frick? It does sound like a ritual, right? Yeah. If I was someone and I wanted to like harvest energy from like divine source, I would put a whole bunch of women in one space. I'm gonna pray at a certain time.
And that's the thing. That's been like when you pay attention to history and the psychology of it, it's like I'm going to harm you. I'm going to put you in danger. I'm going to take away all of your safety that you feel because I'm supposed to be the protector, and I'm going to force you.
Isolate you.
Think about how they used to. They literally used to like unalive women for being aware, for speaking, for having like power.
Yeah.
And so they put you in this fear and they tell you this is your God and this is what you submit to. And this is the role of divine order. So now when like them being in there and they're running this ritual and they're cleaning the boxes, the energy boxes that's
praying
fulfilling
the
collective,
going to sleep every day at the same time. Waking up at the same time, praying at the same time, going to sleep every day, same thing, over and over and over and over and over. And they don't live outside those means. And it's like, okay, so if you choose that life, you choose that life, right? But what is it though, really? It sounds, this make me dig it. And just think about this. And this is what really kind of like bothers me in a way where the divine feminine energy is taken away from the stories or not looked at like, we're small, like we're beyond, we're beneath.
It's used to fuel the running of the program, the running of the illusion. Because when, just like we was talking about with the nuns and how they're all they're in this church, and the leader is the priest, the men, right? They're the ones who are the head of it, and the women, all of them in this space, just fueling that energy. Cleaning the grid, cleaning
like the priest's attention, or trying to be like the most best nun in there. Imagine what goes on in that energy, like because I think about church.
It used to be backwards. This is backwards. It didn't used to be that way.
Yeah.
So they inverted it. They inverted the energy, the sacredness, and we forgot what it means to be a woman, trying to please.
But what if think about it like this though? What if that main thing of them removing Mary Magdalene's whole story was the beginning and the fall of the divine woman? Because when I did a little more research, I just got to thinking about it. When everybody else fled, when Christ was on the cross, Mary was the only one that stayed by his cross. Mary stayed at the bottom of the cross. Think about it like this. Mary was the one that believed and stayed. She was the first one to see Christ rise in this story. How was it that she had so much rank and she was the one to report? She was the first one to see him. She stayed by the whole cross. Then when he rose, she was there. How are you there? Then on top of that, before her death, she washed him. She christened him. She did, like, how do you have that much power and that much? How would you play that much of a big role and have your whole story removed? I think what was being taught at that moment was Christ is within. And I knew that when she used to always say the body, unlike not she, but when he said the body is the temple.
Mm.
And Mary was teaching that. And when I did more research, I found out that the emperor removed her whole story because she was going and telling everybody that Christ is within. And that was going to disrupt that whole kingdom, that whole thing of.
And then you got to think about it.
Who would go to church if you know that Christ is within?
Yeah. But it's like we had to go into hiding within that awareness and speaking codes. Because everywhere you look around, you're seeing people who are distorted. And it's dangerous because they don't know the weight of the things that they're doing.
Yeah.
Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
Right.
They don't know what they're doing as they are violating, unaliving, causing trauma.
Yeah.
They don't understand the weight of taking a life, of causing that, not taking care of life.
Yeah. It's like so easy just to take lives around here. Like we're not all like, isn't it crazy? It's like the war,
so when
destruction, all of this. It's not feminine energy.
Imagine having all of that activation, all of that ability to be able to see past the illusions that they place on the collective mind.
Yeah.
That they're enforcing right before your eyes. This is why in those times they were so willing to sacrifice their own life and stand on that pillar and burn.
Yeah.
Because I will not stand for this.
Yeah.
This is not right. How y'all are abusing women, how y'all are taking everything
right
and distorting it and turning it upside down and backwards.
Yeah.
Is y'all not seeing that we slowly being pulled away from the divine? We're slowly being pulled away from humanity and feeling.
Because the beginning is the portal, which is the life source, which is the woman. How do you remove that story?
Womb castration. They castrate the power of your womb because they tell you that the more you don't, they tell you that your womb, you being a woman, you being the one who actually creates the body, brings life into, like, I'm responsible for, I am the programmer for all of this.
Oh, wow. That's big.
I program all of this.
Say that one more time because I don't think people understand this. This is so deep.
How you gonna mess up the program? Like,
I'm the one that's programming the child.
I'm the program.
I'm the program. Wow.
How you gonna do that?
So it's like okay.
How you gonna, and then think about it like this.
So it's like I'm the computer when the man comes and they drop the seed. They put a seed into the woman. That's almost like putting a plug into the program.
Yeah. And so you messing up the circuits. You messing up the circuits and the light's just flickering and it's not even, the lights is not on. So when you plugging in this circuit and the circuits are short, the activations of the lights is not working for real.
Yeah.
We in the dark right now.
We in the dark. That is crazy. That's
and you're not seeing it. Now my life is in danger. Now I have to go into hide, and now I have to speak in codes, and now y'all ripping away my story. You ripping away every single thing that is sacred about me. Wow. And you telling me to shut up.
You telling me to shut up.
Like and this is the thing. The source is the one that, like, how you gonna get rid of the source? How you gonna get rid of the source? Because if women knew their power, we wouldn't be birthing. We are responsible for birthing the next, programming the minds of the child. program it. We
Get
literally,
the enamel comes from our teeth, our bones, our organs help create. The baby
Bruh.
grows from our skin tissue.
bruh,
The baby comes from every part of us. The seed goes in,
bruh.
right? And then we program this child on the inside to grow. We grow a child inside of us, and then you strip that whole essence from us. How is it that, why do we even have to work? After I just thought about that. Now I'm so mad at this point. I'm mad. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, no, really, seriously, y'all, pause.
Pause.
Just pause.
For real.
And pause. Y'all, if y'all watching out there, please pause and comment below if you a woman and you just felt what we just said.
And then they tell you
Crazy.
your creation energy is your sexual energy. You creating.
Yeah.
That's sexual energy.
Mm.
You are creating something.
Mm.
And they tell you you have to take that away. You have to hold you have to hold yourself for God and sit in this temple that I made, that I built, and I took out all of your stories. Sit in this temple and pray to my God. I'm God. Pray to my creation. So
Put it over here.
it's like even that you have to look at literally the ritual of everything.
Yeah.
What you're doing consistently and paying, like,
No,
I just, you know,
but
and
that
I want to talk about that. Like
Yeah.
when they tell you that this immaculate conception situation, Mary being a virgin, basically, like even Mary Magdalene's mom, it was a immaculate situation as well.
Yeah.
And they took away the real meaning behind that.
Mm.
Because, like, being a virgin, having a pure womb, not that a man has been, you know, in there,
Yeah.
but it's about the purity and the crystallization of your womb, that you are not passing down distortions. The reason how Christ, Yahweh, reason why he was able to come here was because his mother's womb was clear.
Oh my
She
God.
cleared the distortion.
Say it again.
She was a priestess.
Come on.
And that's how you bring in more powerful beings
Mm.
to this planet.
She was the portal. Here we go.
How you gonna mess
How
up
you
the
gonna
program?
how you gonna take from the portal? How do y'all keep doing this?
And it's
Why
like,
did they shrink us?
it's
I'm
the gaslight.
so
It's the
mad. I'm hitting the
narcissism.
mic and everything, y'all.
It's the narcissism. It's
so-
like who you think you is. You think you this. You think you that. And it's like you ain't nothing.
You mad because we got power? You mad because God chose us to bear
he-
children, to have a connection
not
to
seeing their own
source
power.
that way. Right. You got your own power. Why get jealous of us? Why want to take away from us?
Let me read out what I had wrote in my notes. I said, a womb that has been cleared of all the distortions of generational trauma, purifying your DNA and clearing the emotional gunk, the inflammation, the mucus, the distortions, the stuckness, the stuff that we think about, the stuff that our grandmothers, our great grandmothers, the pain that we've been holding in
Yeah.
from having to condense and contract.
Ooh. Mm.
Having to contract yourself
Yeah.
so much. And it's like that's just been carrying down. And to be able to clean out your womb
Mm.
and bring in a powerful being, that's what's happening with these kids. And look, just like how we was talking about last night
Yeah.
with not coming out of the kids of this generation have not come out of the womb.
Yeah.
They came out of
A lot of them were cesareans.
what's that?
C-section.
C-section.
Cesareans.
There it is.
Yeah.
When you come in, the reason why I feel like, I was asking, I'm like praying, I'm like meditating, I'm like, why is it that some women have C-sections and then some women can't, and some women push?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what's the circumstances with that? Why did they stop pushing us through why did, what's the divine
Some
alignment
women
with
have
that?
tilted uterus, because I know that's what I experienced with you.
I know, but
I
I'm
had a
saying,
tilted uterus.
think about all the trauma that's held in the womb, because the womb, when you in the womb, you have your mother, your great grandmother. The egg is all inside the egg. It's like an onion layer.
Right.
And it's this the womb is the time. It's the
Wait,
Akashic records. It's the
break
portal
that down.
keeper.
So like the grandmama is in the egg already. What is that? What you said? Or is
You was in your grandmama's stomach
what? Okay.
while she was. That's the
Somebody gonna be
connectedness.
slow ain't gonna get that.
That's the connectedness. I'm trying to word it the best way I
Like
can, but
we
you
are
just gonna have to
carrying
keep
the
up.
eggs.
You just gonna. That's
So
what I'm saying.
my grandmother was carrying the eggs
We are-
with me, basically.
Yes, you were
in some
in your
kind of way.
grandmother's eggs.
Okay. This is gonna be great. They're gonna be like, you gonna have people looking up egg and grandmama
It's like I think it's like 3 generations that's
Yeah.
inside of the egg,
of the egg. Yeah.
and all of that is connected.
Yeah.
And think about the trauma and the things that I'm just gonna use our community for an example. The Black community has went through.
Yeah.
Think about all of that pain
Yeah.
that we've been carrying down. Like it's a lot of stuff that we went through, that our ancestors went through, that they was not able to process or deal with because they had to hide.
Yeah.
It was not safe to be aware. It was not safe to tell people that this is wrong.
It was not safe to speak up as a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they literally was like unaliving you,
Yeah.
and it's scary. So you had to condense yourself and hide yourself under all of that pain.
That's
And that's what I was
So
talking about with the C-section, because
Yeah.
when a child comes through the womb, it comes through the portal. That portal has its own programming that's been running.
Preach.
That portal has trauma. That portal has things that has not been healed yet.
And imagine if even if the woman has had multiple sexual partners, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
it's
during
all
during the finding of the mate, because the way things are so over sexualized these days, these kids, I mean, by the time you get to the person you probably want to spend the rest of your life with, you've been taken advantage of by some men over and over and over, by and most of them have several partners, and all that energy is in that canal. When you
that's
get to
what they
thinking
wanted.
about it, that makes
That's
sense.
why they wanted it. They
much
wanted it that way because it's easier
sense.
for you to do the vampiric energy,
Wow.
sucking the energy off of different women. Because if women are convinced that you give over your body,
Yeah.
and it's just freedom, and it really means nothing, one night stand, like it's really no, it's sacred.
Yeah, that's sacred.
It's sacred.
It's sacred.
And you programming the field. You programming the future generations. You the portal.
Every time you let
the
a
source.
man
Everything
go
comes
in
out of
you.
you. So what do you think? Well, everything is coming out of you.
Yeah.
You are programming a nation,
Oh, that's
a
big.
generation.
If we thought
So-
that big,
Back to let me make sure, because I want to stay on like with.
I know, because
with
we
the C-
going.
That's what I'm saying with the C-section situation. I'm meditating on it. I'm like, why is it that divinely? Why is it that some women have C-sections and some women push through the portal? Because if you go through the portal, then the child that's trying to come in with all of these activations to set this consciousness free, to open the veil, to try to raise the vibration of the planet, try to heal the world. These kids who are coming down here with all of these activations, just think about it. When you coming down here, you already dealing with being stuck in the vaccination.
Yeah.
You like
Where you can even
you
develop.
already got these programs. You already got you got the setup of how they have the whole matrix is laid out for
Yeah.
you to feed them.
Yeah.
And you remember how last night you said, me coming here, it just felt like everybody was sucking off of me.
Oh my
It's
God.
a vampiric, zombified energy that's
Yeah.
been inverted because it's sucking away.
Since I was
It's
a little,
not-
like since I've been here, like
So think about when a child goes through the womb and they taking all of that's distortion, that pain, that
yeah,
that programming.
all that
And
programming.
they taking it, and when you going through the womb, they doing that. So when I think about when you going out, when you being when the C-section happens, you're coming through the stomach.
Yeah.
So you're coming out the stomach. You're not going through the womb. So when you come out of the
Right.
stomach, the child is able to have more activations
Yeah.
because they went through a different portal. They came through a different portal.
Now that's crazy, because the energy that's inside of a woman's,
It's still coming out of the woman. You're still
Yeah.
coming out of the woman, but you're going through a different
but you're
portal.
going through a different
so
portal.
and like
You're not going down that canal that's been, Yeah.
So this is
Yeah,
why. So
that's
it
deep.
led me. It led me to
It's not
thinking
that bad
about.
getting a C-section, guys. Did you hear that? No.
I mean, I'm just trying to understand the spiritual significance of it. Like,
Yeah.
why are we going through that?
Yeah.
Why are we like, why source?
Yeah.
Why is this, happening in this moment?
Yeah.
Because
It's a reason
it's a
for
natural
everything.
thing for women to be able to
Push through,
push
yeah.
through.
And
But
why is there
because
so many
the
C-sections?
womb has been so traumatized
Ugh.
throughout eons,
Yeah.
we gotta come up with some type of different way to let these kids have a chance when they get here.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's
Yeah. 'Cause it
every
starts with source,
I'm
the
telling
mother,
you, every
the
child,
programmer.
every child is
Yeah.
different, and every family is different. Because think about it, has there been any C-sections before you in your family?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All of them
I
came
think
through the womb.
everybody pushed. I was the only one, I think. And then I think after me, that's when I start seeing more people, but I'm not.
You were the first one to break that
I
curse.
think Tonette might have had one.
You were the first one to break it.
Yeah.
You broke it.
Did
You
Liz-
broke that seal and you sacrificed yourself, but it's like still
she
this
pushed it.
martyr thing.
Yeah. But I was the first one to do a lot of stuff. I was the first one to, when it came to the breastfeeding, I did a couple years of breastfeeding. So I kind of was the leader of the breastfeeding.
Who breastfeeds in the family?
I don't remember nobody. I wasn't breastfed, so
That's what I'm saying. These
Breastfeeding,
curses, these
plant-based
programs,
eating,
these inverted way of
non-vaccinations. I definitely was the first on all that.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That makes sense.
You
Yeah.
broke
Going through a different,
the curse.
like what if
You let the next generation go through a different portal.
Girl, you got me over here thinking now. Now you got me over here in
I'm
another
just-
place.
I'm just saying.
You just dig it. When I say you
when
dig,
it
you
made
dig.
me, because I just
Yeah.
led. It just led, like when you start to.
I
When
was
you
wondering
open
what she
your
was gonna come
mind-
up here and do to me today. I knew you was gonna dig.
When you open your mind, it just leads you to different things that just make sense. Because it's like we have so much that we as women, we as a collective, we as a people, we as source has to work through.
Yeah. You know what?
And you literally stopped generational curses.
I'm realizing right now I'm looking at my programming. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the long breastfeeding, the 2 to 3 years breastfeeding. I'm looking at non-vaccinated. I'm looking at a little homeschooling here and there. Because I didn't fully start homeschooling until like later. But I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the consciousness of me telling you guys. I'm looking at the affirmations I made y'all say. I'm looking at me kind of dividing y'all and keeping y'all away from a lot of the negativity.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the programming. I won't say I took all, because like the people that were in my life, the men that were in my life, powerful men that were in my life that I made it with and may have, helped along the way. It was definitely me that was like pushing for all of the changes. You know what I mean? Like the plant-based staying there. Everybody that I know went back to eating meat and everything else or stuff like that, but I kind of stayed consistent on everything. And so now I'm actually looking at the programming, and I'm here to tell y'all out there, if y'all watching, I don't want the pharmaceutical company to come after me. But baby, I've did everything natural through it. And I'm looking at the programming, and this is the programming. It's what came from it. And
I asked you, I'm like, how did you not give up or succumb to your environment? How did you keep love in your heart with everything that you were seeing with your whole environment that's showing you this backwards way of living, this zombified, vampiric energy?
Ooh.
How? Like I'm like, how?
There's so many boxes of trauma that I had to open, and I'm still opening them one by one as I open up. Me having this time to myself with you being my firstborn, it's kind of weird how all the other kids moved out, and my firstborn was the one that was able to stay with me. And it's almost like I was able to reflect on myself by looking at you.
Yeah.
And I changed so much with me opening all the boxes I've had to put in the corner or in this room where I couldn't open them because it was too traumatizing. Then my mind programmed me to forget things in my life, in my childhood, so I could move forward. But my body began to automatically act like that. So I developed some type of short-term memory loss from my mind making me forget things from the trauma that I experienced as a kid.
You was saying, like,
Yeah.
I asked you, I was like, how did you get through all of that? And you was like, y'all, that was the only way I was able to.
I learned to
work
love.
through that.
I didn't know how to love myself as much as I could love another person.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like with
Yeah.
with like people who have kids, when they get it, when they come into that state, like, it's either this child is this is what it is. This is creation.
Yeah.
This is why this if anything, if everything else is sucking off of me and everything is taken away from me, I created this.
Yeah.
This, like,
I just had to feel I knew that when I wanted to give up after all the trauma, and I knew these boxes existed inside of me in the back somewhere, I was gonna have to one day open it.
and
I saved it to after you guys grew up because I had to give everything I had to y'all. Fighting the resistance.
but you didn't have anything.
No, back then, me breastfeeding was a big. They didn't have breastfeeding rooms, So imagine me at work, and I'm engorged and I'm leaking and I'm pumping, and I'm trying to encourage. I became a lactation consultant
Yeah.
throughout my process of having all three of y'all and learning how that breast milk was so important to the child.
That's the thing. How are we convinced to not give the baby the breast milk? How are we not convinced?
You know what they usually say? They give up so
Who
fast.
set this up? Get me
They be
out
like,
of
I don't
here.
got no milk. My milk ain't coming.
Get
Your
me
milk ain't coming.
out of here.
It's just like saying your period ain't coming. You mean tell me your milk ain't coming. Oh, it may take time, but it was going to eventually flow if you go into it. But most of the mothers give up too fast. And I used to always go, when I became a lactation consultant, after having all three of y'all in breastfeeding, I was going to like the little spots and encouraging women to breastfeed, especially all the rest of my little sisters and my cousins.
Think about you doing that. This was the persecution. This used to be that used to be persecution. Women used to be unalive behind stuff like that.
Behind
Trying to
breast milk?
No, it's about the memory. It's about activating and bringing back the wholeness.
Yeah.
Because the kid, like, how are women convinced not to breastfeed their own children?
Because they were sexualized. I was
Taking
told
that, but that's, you know what I'm saying?
I was
Taking that
told
away
that it was
from
nasty. So when I would go into the hospitals, when they would call me to help volunteer for the lactation consultant in St. Louis, I used to do it behind the scenes. And when I would go in these rooms and talk to these women, they would tell me that's nasty. That's sexual. Why would I want my kid to be on my nipple? That's so nasty.
You see that illusion?
And then there was a lot of women that gave up doing it because the men that they were sleeping with, they couldn't, kind of separate the two where they want to do it all the time. But a breastfed baby has to be by you all the time. So then that man, he's neglected in a way when you have to breastfeed your child because it's like 2 hours, every 2 hours, the stomachs are smaller. The digestion is better. So that means that the baby is going fat more and it's hungrier all the time. So, like, you get what I'm saying? So now you don't really have time to entertain your other half, and that's where we have another problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Fighting against the grain was something.
This is why they took the woman out of the story.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're not giving to me anymore. You're not feeding me.
Yeah.
And they, like...
Why? It's so essential. It's the beginning of everything. It's the beginning of you.
How you gonna take away from the source? How you gonna not feed and then the creation? I'm trying to turn this light on. I'm trying to turn this light on in humanity and consciousness and changing this world. I'm trying to do this, and you keep shortening my circuits. You keep shortening my circuits, and it's like, what? How you going? What did I need? I'm trying to fix the light. You see that the light is not working.
Take away from
we sitting in the dark right now.
We just want to tell our story.
You keep trying to. I'm trying to fix this house, and you not helping. You just.
Why do they keep trying to make it seem like they can do it without us? Like, it's like, dang, y'all do know we need it.
Love me. I just
love me.
Please. I'm trying to create a whole universe. I'm trying to fix the world. I'm trying to heal the world. I'm trying to birth new high vibrational DNA activated kids.
No.
And you just you want to take away from me, and you want me to do this and this and this.
You
like,
want to know?
ah,
You want to know where the black culture went bad at with the women, with the black women, and when they sucked, they really sucked the essence out of the black women when they started pimping.
it's all a program. It's all a setup. This is
When
an
they
experiment.
promoted pimping like that was something good to send a woman out to sell her body, and that was something like great to do,
Taking the sacredness away from everything, telling you it's not sacred.
and then over sexualizing the women and making them only feel relevant when they're sexy or over sexualized.
That's how they keep their matrix alive. That's how they keep the veils over your eyes, and you know that you in the dark, and you trying to tell the men, we in the dark.
But what
Are
if
you not
everybody
seeing that we're
what
in
if
the dark?
women knew how powerful they were? Like, what if women knew that they could speak things and mountains move all together? What if they knew the power that exists? What if they knew if you are the beginning of everything?
It would take away
What if they knew?
their this is a microcosm. It's bigger levels and layers of why this is programmed the way it is. Then we just talking about masculine and feminine energy. But when you think about energy,
Yeah.
when you think about source or angels and demons, and you think about like why things are messed up and so backwards to where women are not even breastfeeding their own child, it's like what this is.
Even
This
if
is
I couldn't get
backwards?
milk, I would have bought it. I would have went online and bought some milk. Like, no, wait a minute,
And
it's the beginning of all. So why? This is why this is. If the
it's
beginning is messed up,
vampiric. It's zombified because when you think about it, it's all of these. It's people coming to each other, biting, eating off of each other's energy, and then if you don't convert, if you don't, if you don't come into this zombified energy and this vampiric energy,
yeah,
then we gonna chase you.
Yeah.
And now you gotta go into hiding. So everybody just in zombie land.
do you know?
Everybody's just in zombie land.
You know,
And we've been trying to tell everybody, hey, you're in zombie land. The lights are off. Everybody's sucking off of each other's energy. This look at it. You wondering why you over here questioning the food now. Now y'all waking up. Now y'all finally getting it. You finally see that the breakdown in the programming of how this whole world is set up, how we think, what religions we choose, how the dogmas, the
everything.
the fast food, the health
programming.
industry, how women are treated, how school system. When you see every single thing that's set in place to take away from you, to harvest your energy, to starve you, we can't even trust the water.
Can't trust
The water doesn't even have electrolytes or
Can't even trust the
activation.
water.
The water.
We battling just
Is
drinking
anybody saying
water.
what?
Why y'all? What is y'all
And
doing?
it goes back to that.
Ain't even got good drinking water.
It goes
What is y'all doing?
to that whole analogy
Do
that
something.
you are pulling out my circuits, and I'm trying to turn the light on. I'm trying to turn the light on, and you keep trying to take my light.
It's free.
You mad because my circuit? No, we gotta work together in this. You not listening to
Now look,
me.
look
at me.
look.
We in the dark. Look at me.
This-
And it's like, no.
But listen, the truth is, women have been persecuted and hung for speaking up about what we're talking about right now. And now we're in a different time where we can be powerful and we can speak up and we can talk about what needs to be said. You get what I'm saying? Just like with Mary Magdalene, they didn't tell anybody. They didn't speak about how she was the one that encouraged everybody to keep going after Jesus was gone. They didn't talk about that. They didn't talk about it.
Because
She was the first
goes
one.
against
Why she wasn't so she wasn't a part of the, why she couldn't be included? She got to be stamped as the prostitute
Mhm.
in history in all books.
because
She was the
in
closest thing to Christ. She was right there next to him, and they
because she
don't
was
want
in
to talk
tune with
about
her
it.
creation energy. Creation energy is sexual energy.
I even know what year they
creation
cast her.
energy.
I looked it up.
Creation energy is being one with your masculine and feminine energy, and you activating that life force.
Now look, she
People-
was spreading teachings about the divine and how it was within, and it didn't require a temple or a preacher to be close to Christ. And in 591 A.D., Pope Gregory the Great delivered a homily that fuses Mary Magdalene with an unnamed sin for a woman segment for her image, like declared a prostitute. So this, and then it says decades later at the Council of Nicaea in 325, an Emperor Constantine and the bishops chose what gospels would be canonized and which would be hidden or destroyed. And so this leads to why they buried her story, because Mary was teaching that Christ was within and that you didn't have to visit a temple to find Christ. So this is the reason why. So this is more of a reason why we had to start the Eve Gene, because I'm like, so y'all mean to tell me even the way up to the way we pray, y'all stripped this whole story out, made this man look like he was walking by himself and he didn't have a girlfriend, a woman, or nothing.
He didn't embody.
He didn't have no woman.
But this is what I'm saying. Being alive.
She was a prostitute.
Life force energy is women, masculine, feminine. You have, like,
this is my thing. How could people be so stupid for so long? And I don't even know how to say this. Like, how many decades can you go without none of this stuff starting to make sense to people? You get what I'm saying? Like, how can it?
That's what I'm saying.
How many centuries?
Like this knowing that everybody knows we're living in a vampiric, zombified reality. That's taking away your energy. Soon as you get here, they stick in you. You got generational curses you gotta work through. You gotta figure out what foods what foods are healthy. You can't trust the food, you can't trust the water, you can't trust the vaccinations, you can't trust religion, you can't trust nothing, because everything is taking away from you. And we've been saying this for the longest.
Right.
We've been trying to tell you for the longest.
Y'all don't want to be humans no more.
Y'all
don't want to be humans no more. Just tell me that. If y'all don't want to be a human no more,
are you
let me
seeing
know.
that you're feeding something that you don't even know you don't know?
You don't even know.
Everything a ritual. It's so fragmented and so flat. It's so dense. It's so heavy and densified. It's weighing you down. It's pushing you down.
Yeah.
And you can't. You like. We've been how. But and then they tell you the story. They say the people who were spreading this Christos activation, this ability to heal people with your hands, and this knowing, this connection with yourself, with your source. This connection with your source. Because you in tune, you align, you activated. This it's tiring. And this is what women has been carrying for a long time. Even the things that they don't understand, it's still manifesting in their life. Bleeding every month.
I think it's changed so much with the dynamic of, especially when it comes to our culture, when it comes to Black women too, because now more and more we're losing the trust in our men. You get what I'm saying? They've been programmed so much that when they come in, they infect us at a point. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of the programming
because you're taking on that, you're merging.
Thinking about the computer again, the source.
That's what I'm saying. You're
if
merging.
You let something plug into you. Now, this is just anything. It could be any race. Let's just speak vibrational, okay? Because we're going back to the source thing again, the plug, right? You got the plug in the wall and you got the plug. You got the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you go and you put something, or even like back in the day, we had discs, you used to put it in the computer. But like, say for instance, I put like a USB into a computer and it has a virus because that USB hasn't been cleaned, or that SD card hasn't been cleaned, and it's a virus. So now you stick in the computer, now the computer has a virus. The source, right?
The source.
Why
has
are
the
we
virus.
not taking our time? And I think, and then maybe we are the blame, because maybe if we closed our legs from the beginning,
they wasn't getting that.
We
should
have closed our legs. We should have kept our legs.
Then
nobody will be here.
That's what I'm saying. Womb castration. That's the thing. That's why they did it, because because we weren't giving or opening ourselves up or accepting them, the ones who were inverted, the ones who were backwards, or just we didn't mess with men or like energy or beings that were running their frequency backwards.
Yeah.
We didn't allow them to, they weren't able to procreate. They don't mess with if
Like the
you
Black 300, like, no,
if you
I'm
not,
not creating with you.
if your source, if you got circuits that's not working, why
Working.
would I allow you to plug into my
To me,
source?
this is my source. Ain't no telling what's running in this source. What's
So the ones who
running off my
didn't
source?
want to do the work, didn't want to do the healing, didn't want to clean out their fields and the distortions that they had inside of them, they said, forget this. I'm going to imitate you and create something, and then I'm going to force you because you're a woman and I'm a man, and I can use this to my ability. I can use this to my work.
Here
And
comes
now
pimping.
I'm the priest. I'm the one you come to in the temples.
Ooh,
I'm the one you have to work for. I'm the one you have to make. I'm everything now.
Why is the priest and the pimps so in a comparison, so close to comparison? I'm sorry, y'all. Do not get mad at me, but I just thought about this. Why do pimps want to look like women? Why they flatten their hair and wear nails? Have you noticed the pimps?
It's a mockery.
Have you noticed the pimps? They walk like a girl, look like a girl, dress like a girl, hair flat iron like a girl, nails like a girl, and they treat women the worst.
It's a
Like they can't
mockery.
stand you. I can't stand the fact that you a woman. So I'm going, and I don't have what you have, so I'm gonna make you damage the wound. The only thing that you have, pimping messed us up. And I don't care, y'all comment below and talk about the pimping world, but I don't believe in it now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking about the wound now that you were talking about that and how much that was damaged, how that is the core reason
That's the virus.
how we were over sexualized and now we don't
All-
even know who we are.
All of y'all like the virus.
Viruses.
The virus is trying to, and they get mad
They get
because
mad.
you're not allowed in my temple. I
Mm.
don't accept your distortions. I don't accept your mindset. I'm not giving my body over to you. And that's the thing. Even when in the Bible where they was talking about abstinence, you abstinent from that frequency.
That's
You
right.
abstinent from that mindset and that field that you in. I don't want none of that.
If we made them,
I'm not accepting that.
so do a little more filtering. At this point, with the
Your
knowledge that we
circuits are
know,
short. That's what I'm saying. Your circuits are short.
if your circuits are short, you're not going in me, sir.
And that's the thing. How can I? And
Check
this
the circuits,
the
but
pimps,
check
the
the
fallen angels,
fallen
whatever
angels.
the ones who are programming the Illuminati.
The
This
preachers
is
that's
all
up in there sleeping with all the
microcosms.
women in the church and
This-
using that. I've now listen, because I went to, y'all know I was a churchgoer. I was sanctified, okay, and I jumped church to church, and me jumping church to church, I used to see stuff like that. I used to see like how women would praise the preachers and they would want to sleep with the preachers. They would look up to them because they don't really have a dad or a father. They've never experienced that type of masculinity or control or power
Mhm.
where they can really sit down and really like be guided by some type of masculine, because they
Remember,
didn't have a dad or their dad wasn't there.
yes.
So
And
now
that's
you
what I'm
go in this
saying.
church and you walking behind a man,
Woo.
and guess what happens? He gets in your drawers. If he's not cleaning, he's not preaching the word right, and he hasn't did the real, like, who would know behind the scenes what's going on?
It
If
is
these women are
all-
being slept with
is
and
mama,
programmed and
look-
used for their
Look, everybody, y'all gotta save y'allself.
save y'all
Save
self,
yourself.
close your legs,
All, it's all.
give it up.
Think about they
to
didn't
yourself.
convince you to just
No.
they convinced you to have one night stands. They
Yes.
convinced you
And
that
if you
your
don't-
body your body's not sacred, your power, you cursed. They didn't convince you to stand under even when
And
you
it's so
think
easy
about
to
the
just open your
temples.
legs and give it up. They make you feel
think,
like
Mom,
the only thing you're worth
look,
is that. at
think
this
about
point.
the portal.
the portal.
Think about the portal.
None
and
of y'all
how-
getting nothing else. You hear me? If you out there, I didn't
This
thought
is-
about this. Kai, you to open
in the
me up.
church,
Don't ever
look,
oh, I'm
in the
mad
church,
now.
You remember how we was
I'm
talking about
mad.
how the preacher he would keep repeating the same verses. He'd
Over
be like,
and over,
"That's the
programming it.
chapter this, chapter
Chapter
that. It's
that,
like
yeah.
you still in school and you still trying to hypnotize me
Right, with this
into
same
into
yeah.
staying in this same dogma, in this same, and you doing your you acting.
You know what?
And everybody like yeah,
It's
and
a performance
it's
that
a
I think we want.
performance. It's
we
a
want
ritual.
the performance.
But this is what I'm saying.
Oh my
They have all of
God.
these people tuned in at this church. They have all these people hard working all of this energy, and it's feeding the pillars of this distortion that we've been living in.
And it's not even all the way the
feeding
truth.
the-
Tell us the
And
truth.
it's passed down through the women,
Whoa.
and the men come in, and they still keep that circuit, that light, and the light still. We try. This is the thing. Y'all
Would it
gotta
be
make
safe
sure.
to say that religion has aided this. this destruction of women,
All I'm saying,
this fall of women, this divine sacredness that's been stripped from us. Ooh, give me my
but
finger.
that's what I'm
Give
saying.
me my finger.
But you
I'm
gotta be,
mad.
and that's the thing. You gotta be careful because back then, when the women came into like you know how they used to travel to different places and spread the word of Christ and God and Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
This is only 10% of what we only
wouldn't know about
they
those
only
women
telling
either,
us,
though.
But this is what I'm
We don't
saying.
even
They're
talk
only
about them
telling
women.
us 10% of what we actually know.
Right. You got to do your own
And
research.
the stuff that they was really teaching was that God was within.
Yeah.
And they would come to these try to save people, try to come to different spaces and speak, and they would connect, and people would be guided to it.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, here come the government, here come the persecutors, who like, no, you spreading this, and they unalive you.
Wow.
And we have to go into hiding. Now we have to like condense ourselves even more.
And we just trying to tell everybody that Christ is within.
And we trying to tell you that the lights are off, y'all.
The lights is off. They didn't, you ain't going, the electric company ain't gonna have your back. You need to go back to source.
And I was like, Mom, you don't have compassion for the people. Like, you love the world. You want to heal the world so much.
I do.
And you have compassion for the people or the stuff that's been distorted in this vampiric, zombified reality that we are feeding. Yeah. In these pillars, in these churches, in these buildings, in these schools. Yeah. It's literally where we go in to plug our energy. Everything is taking away. It's just taking it. So it's like when you know that people are victims and they also been under this, it's like even with the men, like you want to have a connection with them, but you know that their circuits are short.
You know the circuits
and
are
you
short.
told me, you was like, I have to have what is it? A fort. You said I got my fort.
I got my fort. And
it's not like I want you to be good. I want everything to be all right. But the most thing that I can do is throw you a sandwich. That's it.
Throw you a sandwich.
I'm gonna throw you a sandwich.
Come over here. But you gotta stay over there and eat it.
Eat the sandwich.
Don't come over here in my fort.
I have to protect
messing up all this beautiful.
I gotta protect my bloodline. I gotta protect my bloodline.
It took me so
long. I can't let you plug into my source and short circuit me in my family and my bloodline no more. I can't let you do that no more. I love you and I want you to heal masculine energy. I want you to heal. I want you to be in a better space for yourself. I want you. But your circuits are short and you don't. I can't work on you anymore. I gotta work on myself.
I gotta live for me.
And the more I start working on myself, y'all start talking about me and saying that I'm blessed of a woman or I'm this and I'm that.
Oh, no, you're not submissive.
It's all running backwards.
I'm not. They say you're not submissive then.
How do I? I'm like, we gotta.
You're not submissive.
We gotta get out of here. Get me out of here.
Where, how do we get back?
Get me out of here.
How do we get back? Because this can't be.
This can't.
I refuse. I'm going to stay in my fort, okay? They be cracking up at me. They be like, you ain't no way in the world you've been single this long. It must be something wrong with you. No, it's not. There's nothing wrong with me. There's something wrong with you.
And you don't see it.
You. And you. And you. You're going to love me. I'm not letting you sleep with me.
You gotta
I'm not auditioning. Do you know these men out here in my sexy age want me to audition?
What you bring to the
I am divine Eve. Baby, I'm the Eve G. Baby, don't you know I got a portal that will open up your life, okay?
You see what I mean? It's that crack.
It's that crack. Why would I just give that out freely? It ain't even got a price on it. You ain't even got enough
you
money.
You can drain me. Why you trying to convince me to let you drain me?
Audition is what they told me. They looked at me as pretty as I am, and it was like, something got to be wrong with you. You ain't got no man. No. No, I got a fort. I'm filtering y'all like the gate. Like, you know what I feel like? I feel like it's like a little, I built like a little aura filter. And it's like they walking towards the thing and they go, nope, nope, nope. And it's like, it's
over there. You got to pat them down. So you got to be like, all right.
You got to pat them down. They be hiding stuff in their pocket.
They be hiding stuff in
their pocket.
And then as soon as they got their hooks in you,
they hook it.
Pregnant.
Stuck. They finna use you and cheat on you. They gonna
now
hate
you gotta
now.
work through. You know this.
No,
No, you
what
gotta
about
work
you
through.
being?
Now you gotta work
Now
through
you gotta be
four.
their mama.
You gotta work through 4 circuits
No.
because the maternal and paternal karma and generational curses of him and the maternal paternal generational curses of your family.
Yeah.
You got 4
You got
generational,
generational
curses
to work through.
Through your
And they
portal,
don't
through
even
your body,
appreciate us.
through your being. You gotta do all of this. No, I can't have no more short circuits. I can't.
Come in with the full thing or not.
I gotta think about humanity.
Right.
I gotta think
You know what I
about
need? Now that you talk about it,
human-
you know what I
I
need?
gotta save. You know what I mean? I can't do this. You know what I mean? Somebody gotta do something. Somebody gotta. This has gotta change. This is
Come in with a propane tank or something. I need some. You know what I told somebody, and they was so mad at me. The guy was so mad at me. He was like, it was one of these ex guys I was talking to, and he was like, so what I got to do to be in your life? I said, I need a deposit. He was like, what are you talking about? He like, that's what we talking about. You just all the women out here, all y'all want is money. I said, no, this is a deposit. You get it back after you know.
You
We're gonna take that deposit and put it on the house.
This is an exchange.
But I need a deposit because
everything is exchange.
when you walk out my life, which you will, when you don't want to work on yourself. Now, here's the problem. Some of these men out here that hasn't been properly mothered, right? Meaning their mother wasn't properly mothered, and their mother wasn't properly mothered, right?
Yeah.
So some of these men that's had sons, then they didn't properly mother them. Like there was something missing because there was something missing. Like I told you, we women.
Because it's some women who get so tired, they just run they invert themselves.
Right. We've been.
They just
I try not to
succumb.
blame those women.
That's
It's
what
not
I'm
their
saying.
fault
They
that
just
they didn't
succumb
get
to their
it.
circumstances.
They
And that's why I
succumb,
asked you, with everything that you went through, with everything that happened in our family, in the women, in the generations on generations that have went through so much, and even other families, people who gave up and just sunk into themselves and just let themselves go.
Yeah.
Like even how do you how?
I just think that I'm an alien.
And that's man.
Maybe that
Man.
they picked me up when I was little, and I just ain't been back the same, y'all. I don't know.
But it's
Let me
like
just
it's
be
like
honest.
get me out of here.
No, but
bro.
let me be honest. When you get with a man, the divine energy is that usually if they haven't been all the way mothered and there were some things that was missing in their mothering, usually you have to come in and pour into those spaces, those holes. So as a woman, when you do that, it reminds them of a mother. And they begin to hate you because every boy has gotten to a point where they didn't want to be mothered anymore and they feel like their mother was just doing too much if their mother was around. Then you have the men that mothers wasn't around, and it's hard for them to open up their heart and love a woman unconditionally because they never had a woman love them unconditionally. Then you have the man that was overly loved. And so they expect the woman to overly love them and be the mother to them like their mom. Then you have some men that didn't get enough mothering.
Ooh.
So now you got to come in, you got to teach them how to embrace femininity and how to be a man in front of a woman. And then they grow to resent you for that. But then they become a better man for the next woman. But you was just the teacher at the moment because they needed some work. So at this point, I think, like you said, no more short circuits.
No more.
Filter everybody. This is a very, very important thing. When you open your legs and you are letting a man enter you,
Think about the world when you
think about the world.
Think about the world. What type of world you
Don't
want?
end the world with a moment. Okay? Listen, and look, wait, no, I'm serious. Like, I know they probably like that. Why all your daughters gonna be virgins and all that? No, listen, we are divine, baby. Don't get it twisted. I tell people that all the time. I'm not religious. I'm
Yeah.
spiritual, so don't expect me to be around here being perfect. What I do know that is that I'm a vessel and that I was chosen to speak,
A portal.
and I am a
Literally
divine portal.
A living.
So any
portal.
woman that carries that divine portal ability, you cannot open your legs like that. You cannot. You have to be careful with who you let inside you, what you let program you, what you let go inside you. Everything, even from what you eat. Like even
And
the things that you eat will affect you. You know what I mean? Like it's really when they say heavy is the crown, it really is because like I said, going through their breastfeeding, trying to get to where I was with the non-vaccinations and the breastfeeding and moving all the way away, being the first to do that and first to go all the college, starting businesses. Everything I did was the first to do, first to do, first to do. But what I had inside of me was the knowing that I had searched for Christ all my life. Like I said, if you go back into my history, I've always looked for God everywhere I went. Church to church, I hopped until I got to a point where I read the Holy Tablets. I read all different books, from Dr. Malachi and all those different books. And then even meeting your dad, and he opened me up to the whole other world of sangria and all the different ancestral things. And I learned a lot with him. And then going further and learning all the stuff I learned, I think that all the collection of information has brought us to this point to be able to speak about what needs to be spoke about. And even though it makes us mad and angry and we're upset about the position that we've played in history, it's important that everybody out there know that the respecting a woman, loving a woman, carrying a woman, and also reprogramming the woman. Womb men is so important, especially at this day and age when AI is getting ready to take over. They're going to take our consciousness, and humans will not exist if y'all keep taking the womb and the femininity from us and from society. We will lack as humans. Give it 45 years.
Yeah.
We're going to all be computers. So
And the
y'all want to
people who
come back home.
Listen, the people who don't want
home.
to have to do the work, people who don't want to do the work, like
They got to stay outside the gate.
They got to stay outside the gate. Keep your fort up. Even if you feel bad because you know they suffering and you know they really just, throw them a sandwich. You don't, keep your fort up. Stand on the world. Stand on the world. Stand on this planet about your I gotta fix this planet. I got a mission to do. I got things I need to do, and you distracted me. I'm already dealing with
the past
trying to work through my generation of persons
you
in
with
this
kids
bloodline.
and stuff. They be like, you supposed to. What's wrong with you? Well, you left me with a whole bunch of kids to raise by myself and go to work. I gotta work. I gotta raise the kids. I gotta feed the kids. I gotta wash the kids. I gotta clean the house. I gotta wash the clothes. I gotta clean the clothes.
Gotta pay the bills.
I gotta pay the bills too. And I gotta be emotionally stable. Oh, don't forget you gotta look good too. So you gotta work out and make sure you look good. You gotta make some time for that too. Don't forget working out. You gotta work out. You gotta oh shit. Don't forget we gotta get our face together. Gotta go get some makeup. Gotta look good. Cause guess what? It's another chick on the outside while we overworking ourselves on the inside. Somebody on the outside waiting to take your man.
Pause. Get me out of here.
I'm getting out of here. We getting out of here. You ready to get out of here?
Yeah, we gotta get out of here because this is not where this can't be where it ends.
This ain't where it's gonna end.
This can't.
But this episode 2 is coming to a wrap because I need to go get some water because I'm mad. You didn't have you. I had you, so you don't know what it feels like.
Yeah.
You done rawed me up. When we leave here, I'm going to go work out because I'm mad.
I would, and that's why it's so many. It's so women like I don't want no man. I don't want nobody.
Y'all, listen, I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart. If you ever known me, if you know me in your life, if you watching this and you a man, can you be a man? Can you start being a man?
No,
Can you be a man and let a woman be a woman? Can we be women again? Can we talk? Can we say what we want to say? Can we be beautiful? Can we put our makeup on?
No,
can y'all go back to work?
The way reality is structured.
If y'all gonna make us
be a
work,
man, you have to
y'all
provide.
start making us have kids. We can't work and have kids too. Okay, we need brain. Our brain cells are deleting every time. Do you know how many people going crazy? I said, get me out of here. We gotta go.
We gotta get out of here.
Eve Jean. You got any final thoughts? Because I gotta go. You didn't raw me up.
I know, because it's
4 of them.
It hit home.
4 of them. Yeah, you know it hit home. It's some boxes I ain't opened yet.
You was cut like you was on. Oh,
they cut me 4 times.
And then they said you had to take care of the kids and pay the bills.
I got to take care of the kids and pay the bills too. Y'all better not.
Get me out of here.
Why you single? Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Bye. Oh.
Keep
big shout out to give shout outs to your people because they've been supporting you on this channel.
Shouts out to the fam. You feel me?
Fam.
This ma'am, like y'all really like we locked in.
We locked in.
We 4 lifers.
I feel like y'all are family, y'all comment and stuff. They talking about, they was all like, she look like her sister. I was all in the mirror when y'all said that. I was like, do I look like her sister?
They don't even know you don't look nothing like you. What you?
I like being at home ugly. I be at home ugly as a mother.
Okay.
Why? That's probably another
y'all.
reason why I ain't caring about having no man.
So
I like my house, and I get to be ugly in my house without nobody looking at me, judging me. Fupa out, everything. I just be having a good time.
I want to
my
say,
house and stuff,
okay,
baby. I don't
you
deal
see-
with none of that no
See,
more.
she running,
You ain't even
y'all.
gotta come my way,
It
baby.
just comes out.
You think I'm
This-
finna
this
audition?
is- This is how much the divine feminine has been holding.
I'm never gonna let you inside me
inside.
again. You're never coming in. Stay out there outside the gate. I will throw you a sandwich. Not a sandwich, a sandwich.
How many people at your gate that you hold back from?
That's what we ain't gonna talk about.
Even though you feel like
A few people at my gate.
They like
I be wanting to let them in too. I be like,
Carolyn.
I love you. You hungry?
You want a sandwich?
Thirsty? You want some water?
You gotta
A
listen.
water hose.
Just go fix it. Fix a few more circuits. I even
Fix
throw
y'all
in a
circuits
Sunday
and come
dinner.
holler at me, okay? Because I'm about to be back open with applications in a minute.
Okay, we gonna get on up out of
We
here.
gotta get up out of here.
We love y'all so
love
much.
y'all.
We just talking, and this is just life, and this is where we at. You know, just keep your fort up.
Keep your
Don't
fort up.
let them get you. Stay focused. Look,
Girl,
get
you
away
look
from
like
the
a daddy.
zombie, the vampiric energy. It's just sucking.
Like
Don't let nobody suck off of you. Keep your fort up. Throw a
you
sandwich.
look like your daddy.
Done. Goodbye, y'all. Love
Just
y'all so
realize you
much.
look-
Y'all have a good night. Have a good day. We gonna catch y'all on the next episode.
Look like your
Peace out.
daddy. Bye, y'all.
Y'all.